Ah, so hello there, my fellow unemployed, broke, in-depth American college students. So if you go online and read or watch any discourse on higher education, especially here in the United States, I can 100% guarantee you people are going to be saying that community college is just better than university. Some people say that they stayed at a community college and enjoyed their time there. Others went and then transferred 2 years later, and then said that they actually preferred their time at CC than the 4-year university. But for everyone, it's a different backstory. Some just don't have enough money, others just don't want to drown in debt in this economy. Or for others, it's just, I don't know. They don't know what they want to do and don't want to risk money on something that may or may not be a good investment for them. So anyways, I've heard so much of these claims during the college decision time period. What didn't help was that there was a lot of teachers and administrators that were just recommending it. Also, just a majority of students enrolled for them. So despite all of that, there was just a part of me that didn't want to go to CC. I just felt like it was something that wasn't taken seriously. I don't know, I thought it was gonna be some form of high school 2.0 or something like that. You get a majority of students skipping class, not even caring. Or you just get unenthusiastic teachers who don't even teach good. So, me wanting to avoid those expectations, I applied to the second university closest to me. Cause the first closest was actually my first option, but I got rejected. Before I talk about my CC life, let me first dabble a little bit into my previous uni life. So, at first, I was actually having a very great time. Blowing my eardrums out during orientation, wearing college aesthetic clothing, or at least trying to, eating a bunch of snacks, and listening to music while driving to school. And surprisingly, only one of my friends attended this uni. So it was cool chatting with him every now and then. So well, now you know. An average, but it was an interesting experience. But that vibe didn't even last a month. Here's where things went downhill. Nearly every day I had to drag myself out of bed around 7 in the morning sharp to get ready for class. And then to get to the university, I would have to drive 40 minutes every day. And then 40 minutes back again to go back home. And don't get me started on Tuesday, because the classes I had were 5 hours apart. And there was just no way I was staying at campus for 5 hours with nothing to do. So I just sucked it up and took the journey twice. Also, the atmosphere at campus was just not it. Now, a majority of buildings on campus were actually quite new, and were fun to be around. But as a freshman, all the general elective classes and the library were in these very old looking buildings, probably built in the 70s. And it was very jarring to be at, especially if you're into architecture like I am. Just imagine driving 40 minutes every day to come to a place that looks like this. Yeah, that just gets to you mentally. Just like sitting in a study room for 2 hours, cause there's nothing to do on campus. Also, another big factor was that I was just coming off of a very vibrant high school life. For instance, I felt very close to my classmates, even though I barely talked to any of them. I knew their face and names, and they knew mine and whatnot. Also, I was in band, and my friends were consistent since middle school. Also, the school would have an incident, every other week. Now, compare that to the boring school life I had at uni, where there was barely anything happening around campus. It was dead quiet. Not even just kids walking around to get to class as you would often expect to see. There was just nada. Just being there didn't even felt like anything. To top it off, I've always been unemployed and extremely broke, so my dad had to pay for my tuition for the semester. I mean, he was okay with it, but it just felt very selfish and irresponsible that I couldn't afford it myself. So at some point in January, 2 weeks before we returned to school, after our in-between semester break, everything just suddenly hit me like a truck. I was awake one early morning and it all dawned on me. I really didn't want to do all of that again. The driving, staying at a study room, the lame aesthetic. At first, I was thinking of transferring to CC the following year, since that would have left me with a few months left at that uni. But I just couldn't take it anymore. So, when my parents would finally settle down, I explained to them my whole situation and how I wanted to transfer schools. And the funniest part about this was that they were super chill about it, and they just gave me the okay. And I'm like, huh? You're not gonna make this a bigger deal? I kept repeating myself so it could sink into them, but they were just surprisingly okay with it. And then, before you knew it, your boy was enrolled. Now, with all that being said, there was actually a main reason why I wanted to transfer. And that's to keep making YouTube videos. Because of course, I have my priorities straight. One of the main reasons why I didn't want to do a 40-minute drive twice a day. I just rather invest that time into making YouTube videos. It helps that the CC institution had different buildings around the county you could attend classes in. And one of them just so happens to be close by. Also, ironically, it's like up the hill from my high school. Also, I just feel like it's the most smartest option to fulfill my original plan from high school. As you probably know, with a CC, after 2 years, you can transfer into a 4-year uni. So, if I play it right, that should take me to my first option university, which is also the one nearest to me. And that being UMD, the University of Maryland. And for those who don't know, it's the second best university in Maryland, and it has a below 50% acceptance rate. So throughout high school, I've just been working my butt off trying to get into that uni. I'm talking taking AP and honors classes, and trying to focus on getting a bunch of A's and showing up when sick for good attendance. Only to still get rejected. So, as of writing this script, it's been about a month since I transferred, and it should be a little over 2 months by the time this goes up. My life just feels incredible again. I'm not saving myself on driving or doing mountains of assignments, mostly because I transferred late and the semester was already a weekend. So, I only ended up with 2 classes on my schedule, since all the other ones were closed. So, anyways, things have been great as of now. Hours are more flexible, and I only attend 1 class once a week. And I'm not trying to rush out of bed every morning. And of course, now, I have more time to make dumb YouTube videos. Also, another thing, I'm also super thankful to say that I finally joined the YouTube Partner Program. In all seriousness, thank you guys so much for bringing me here. Like I said, I kinda been unemployed my whole life, and the job market right now is like, insane. I know it's not sustainable for the time being, but community college is quite cheap, and I got no expensive bills to pay. So, it should be enough to get me by, at least, for the time being. And I'm not gonna ask for anything else, just keep watching my videos. Again, in all seriousness, thank you guys so much for bringing me here. And with that, I'm Jay Fabian, signing off. Take care.